Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Chinese New Year is coming. Well, everyone, there is one very classic and traditional dish that everyone will love, which is the pork leg, braised pork leg, 卤猪手, okay, 卤猪手 or 卤猪脚. Now, probably the first question that many people will ask Appa is, Appa, should I use the front leg or the leg behind? There's no rule, up to you. Basically, a few things you need to know. If you, usually the front leg is smaller. In Malaysia, if you buy the front leg, it is somewhere around 2 kg for the front leg. So I usually will ask the seller to cut it into smaller pieces for me because it's almost impossible to cut it myself. And I will separate it into 2 portions, 1 kg each, like what I have today. I'm using the front leg, 1 kg, yeah, which is half of the front leg. Now, if you go for the leg behind, or sometimes we call it hind leg, H-I-N-D, hind leg, then it's a lot bigger. It can ranges from easily 2.5 kg to even 3 kg for one hind leg. So it's a lot, the portion is bigger. And the second thing is the front leg is leaner, more meat. The leg behind is actually fattier and more tender. So no right or wrong, depends on what exactly is the kind of texture or the meat or tendon that you prefer. So you choose yourself. Also, the leg behind is definitely at least 30% bigger, almost 20 to 30% bigger. So up to you, yeah, up to your family size. Now, and then, so let's look at the ingredient here. We have some fresh ingredient and some dry ingredient. These are the fresh herbs that we are going to use. I have few cloves of garlic, 2 pieces of ginger here. So you can see, so you need to gauge, you need to agar your amount, okay? And then few pieces of shallot. You can give a bit more shallot, no problem. This is the Indian small Indian shallots. Give a bit more, no problem. More than this also, no problem. And then this is the fresh coriander roots. Yeah, don't throw away the roots. This is super fragrant. Later, I'm going to blend this whole plate up. We also have some dried herbs. So this is black cardamom. This is bay leaf. This is actually around about, actually it is already broken off by specifically star anise. 2 pieces of star anise. I have 2 pieces of cinnamon stick, about 1 teaspoon of 5 spice powder, 3 or 4 pieces of cloves, and 3 cardamom, and this is small cardamom, and then this is about 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Things here can be optional depending on what you have, but preferably you must have star anise. At least you should have star anise, cinnamon stick, and also bay leaf. At least these 3. Then we will need about at least 2. This is 2 tablespoons of rock sugar. This is a rice bowl, okay? Half rice bowl of dark soya sauce, about half rice bowl of light soya sauce. And of course, you will need a lot of Shaoxing wine as well to make it even more fragrant and to mix with water. So the first thing we're going to do is to blanch the meat. Very important, don't skip this step. So even before the water is boiling, you should already put in the bones and the meat, the pork leg, yeah? Don't put in only when it becomes boiling, because if you do that, the blanching process will not be very efficient. The outer layer of the protein outside the outer layer is going to be formed, and then you cannot release the excessive blood from the inside of the bone anymore. Put it under cold water, then only you raise the heat. Then bring this to a boil and let it boil for about 1 or 2 minutes. Then it's done. Very simple. And we can do one or two more things to further remove the gaminess of the pork. Put in some rice wine, and you can put in a bit of ginger if you like. Okay, so once it is boiling, let it boil for a minute or two. Wash the pork leg, and it's ready to be cooked. While waiting for the pork to blanch, let's not waste our time. I have a hand blender here. By the way, all the ingredients and the brands of the equipment that I use, many of you would like to ask me, I will put it in the description box, okay? I'm going to blend all these fresh herbs. Ooh. Fresh coriander is super fragrant. You can also add galangal or blue ginger if you like. I ran out of galangal today. What happened? How come it's not working? Okay, until you get this kind of texture is good enough. You don't really have to add any water or anything else. Just this, because now we are going to saute this right after we blanch the pork. Okay, it has been boiling for the past about 1.5 minutes. You can see all the scums coming up. Okay, these are the excessive blood, and these are the source of the gaminess of the pork. So what you need to do now is just to take out the pork leg and go and wash it thoroughly. Then your blanching process is perfect. Alright, we can start cooking now. You can start with vegetable oil, or if you have some onion oil like me, I always have garlic oil and onion oil with me. Yeah, this will further enhance the flavor. Okay, I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons, mixed with some vegetable oil. So we are going to saute this, yeah, that we already blended just now. Today, Appa is going to use a pot because most of the time I will use pressure cooker, and some of you say, Appa, I don't have a pressure cooker at home. So I'm going to show you using a normal pot. But of course, this one is cast iron pot. Suddenly cannot see my... Where did the spatula go? Wow, very fragrant. Let me on my cooking hood. Give it a bit more oil, it's a little bit dry. If you don't have onion oil, no problem. Use normal oil, normal vegetable oil. It is super fragrant right now. You can actually put in the dry herbs. Give it a few stir. Oops. I also put in the 5 spice powder. Never mind. Be careful, if you add in the powder, it can get burnt quite easily. 妈，我的那个炒菜的那个东西走哪去啊？炒菜的东西啊，怎么不见掉了？不是这个圆的，不是圆的。Trying to find my spatula, don't know where did my helper put it. 不知道嘎嘎洗去哪里了。Let me find my spatula. Okay, found it. Let's continue. So now I'm going to put in the pork leg. This is the raw sugar. The raw sugar will also help to make the pork leg color shinier. Now, there's one step called caramelizing the sugar. That part I don't really do very often, and I don't recommend, especially the beginners, doing it because you may hurt it yourself. It's okay just to skip that part. Just add the sugar like what I did just now. It will still help. But if you have a very good kung fu in cooking, then go ahead, do your caramelizing of sugar. Wow, super fragrant. Now I'm going to add some water. I did not prepare hot water, so best to prepare some hot water, yeah? So this is the half a bowl of light soya sauce. This is the half a bowl of dark soya sauce. So this dark soya sauce in Malaysia is not sweetened, yeah? It is not like the one in Indonesia. That one is sweetened. This is not sweetened. It is the caramelized soya sauce. Right. I'm going to add more water. Now I got time, so I can try to get some hot water here. We are going to add the water until it is nicely, all the meat is nicely submerged under the water. It would be very helpful if you have some hot water dispenser at home. Okay, probably one more. And actually there's one more thing if you want to add that can further enhance the flavor of this dish, which is fried onions. So I have some fried onions with me. This one you can actually just buy from the supermarket. Okay, about 2-3 tablespoons of fried onion added in. That is going to further enhance the flavor of your braise. And make sure it's boiling, yep. And now we can actually adjust the flavor a little bit. Of course, you still can use salt and sugar to adjust the taste towards the end right before serving. But now I want to also do once so that you can get the flavor right and let it soak into the pork leg. Okay, I'm going to put in some salt. About 1.5 teaspoons. That should be enough. I can still do the final adjustment towards the end. Okay, you can also add some tofu or some boiled egg, hard-boiled egg. If not, it's fine. So it is now boiling, as you can see. What I'm going to do next is to cover with a lid. Leave a little bit of space. Don't fully cover it. Leave a bit of space so that it won't spill. And tune down to medium-low heat and let it simmer for about 1 hour. After that, Then you just do a little bit of final, use sugar and salt to adjust to taste, and it is done. Yeah, very simple. By the way, you may have, because this is a pot, so unlike pressure cooker where you don't have to go and the water level will not reduce, this one the water level may reduce. So perhaps 30 minutes later you may want to double check, is the water level too low? If the water level is really too low, you can actually add a little bit more hot water. Okay. Okay, this is after about 1 hour simmering under low medium heat. Super fragrant. I can smell the 5 spice flavor here. I just realized I forgot to add something just now, which is the Shaoxing wine. Actually, you can add quite a bit of Shaoxing wine on this dish. I already added a few tablespoons just now. And let me taste it a bit. Okay. Just nice. Now, you may want to reduce, be careful on the amount of your dark soya sauce a little bit. Because some dark soya sauce, if you put a little bit more, then it can give you the bitter flavor. So I would suggest you reduce the dark soya sauce. And now I'm already getting the kind of very springy flavor, yeah? Very springy. Sorry, not flavor. Very springy texture for my pork leg. Okay? Oops. It's basically done. Alright, so here's my braised pork leg. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow up on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. As you can see, it is very spongy. Actually, if I use pressure cooker, it will be more tender. So between tender and spongy, you choose. My wife and my mother-in-law prefer more tender. I will prefer more spongy. So you somehow have to reach a balance. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.